as I've mentioned, Yom Ha'atzmaut happens during Sfirat Omer. This is a period when we're in mourning because of the death of Rabbi Akiva's students. And the Gemara gives a cryptic idea as to why they died. They had taken part in the Bar Cochba revolt, and but the Gemara says they died because they weren't good to each other. But this is a very cryptic idea. It's like, why should we be in mourning for people who are committing sins? And the answer is the Gemara had to sort of work around, because you have to remember that when the Bar Cochba revolt took place, the Romans were really angry. The proof of this was the way that you paid for your wars at that time was you took prisoners and sold them as slaves. The Romans refused to take prisoners. It was saying basically, this one's on us. We're really angry. And the Rabbanim realized we better not press the issue. So, but they mentioned these were Rabbi Akiva students, and that's the key, because we know that Rabbi Akiva supported the Bar Cochba revolt. Now, there's two ways of doing the period of mourning in the Omer, either from Pesach to the Lag BaOmer, or from Rosh Chodesh Iyar till 3 days before Shavuot. No matter how you slice it, Yom Ha'atzmaut comes out in the middle. And for those who think that this is an accident of history, that it wasn't. As Jews, we know that history has no accidents. That God is in the world, He controls the world. The British announced that they were going to be leaving on May 15th for their own reasons, and that's when we got independence, when the British left. The point was that you could say, oh, it just happened that the British were leaving that day. No, they may have had their own reasons. They did not know that they were being controlled from above. That we as Jews have to believe that God is in the world, God controls things, and therefore this is why we say Hallel on Yom Ha'atzmaut. We're recognizing that what happened in 1948 was no accident. It was God's hand in the world. And if you study the history of Israel, you see this over and over again. In fact, in the battles of the War of Independence are not studied at West Point on the grounds they were miracles. And military people do not want to base their military strategy on miracles. So it's a very interesting insight. But this is all something to think about today. Kaddish to Rabbanim.